Good evening. It's the Kansas City OG. That OG again stands for Opinionated Grandpa. Here talking with one of my grandsons. We're going to just have an off-the-cuff conversation. Excuse my dog in the background. But we're just going to go ahead and chat it up a little bit. I'm going to, first of all, give him a chance to say hello to the listeners.
Hey, how everybody doing out there tonight?
Fantastic. And let's just jump this thing off. We're going to go in a different direction. We had such a great interview and found out I didn't really capture it. But we're going to try it again, and hopefully we can make the magic happen twice, you might say. First of all, just your view of the world as you see it today. And when I say your view of the world, I mean, I'm talking about the main things like politics, relationships, what society is like today, that type of thing. How do you see things from your point of view?
All right, well, I'm going to get the politics out of the way first because it's real short and sweet and simple for me. I got like a year of college under my belt, and I think I'm pretty smarter than half the politics up in DC. I feel like they make a lot of stupid decisions, but I mean, I really ain't too big on politics because I kind of like try to keep my mind off of that kind of stuff because I mean, every time I look up and and read about politics, it's something dumb. You know what I mean? It feel like it's been like that way for a long time. That you've not had.
I'll call you right back. I'm doing an interview with Malik.
Not had good politics or whatever, and they just not it's not good, man. Like last couple presidents, I haven't really been interested in, and so I just tend not to pay attention to that stuff. I think the world is going to. I think it's just about over, man. It was a lot of stuff when I was growing up that you could do, that you couldn't do, that you can do now. Like I remember when I was in high school, no offense to anybody that is of the homosexual sex or any who preferring that, but I remember when in high school you used to call somebody the term gay or something, that was an insult, you know what I'm saying? But now it's totally different. Like it's a normal thing, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, you know what I'm saying? You love who you love, and that is that. But stuff is different. Like, man, I grew up, if you had an altercation with a guy and it got to the point to where y'all felt like it needed to be blows thrown, that's all it was. You know what I mean? Y'all would fight it out and go on about your business. Now everybody then picked up a gun, and I didn't went to school with over 20 people that done got murdered due to gun violence. You know what I mean? And the other half of them didn't even graduate. Supposed to graduate with me and didn't even make it to see that. So that's it's not. And some of the guys I was really close friends, not close, but close friends with, to where I could call them and be like, hey bro, what's up? You want to go do this? Go do that. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff that I be trying to notice, and I be trying to get the dudes I hang out with to notice that kind of stuff. But even when you tunnel vision though, like these guys worry about the females kicking it and making a little bit of money on the side. And I credit guys for trying to make a little bit of money on the side, but that tunnel vision on these females and everything else, it's just different. Like it's so much stuff. Like I've been trying to open my mind up to so much different stuff. Like I have been paying to politics more now. I've been reading. I've been like on YouTube, like trying to figure out what would be the easiest way for me to transition to being vegan. Like it's just a lot of stuff I've been doing to open my head up, that I feel like people my age, I'm 24, I'll be 25 in October. So I feel like people my age should really start opening their head up, because man, it's a lot of stuff that I've missed that have been right in front of me, like answers and what I'm looking for in life, and what I can do in life without like without making it harder for myself, you know what I mean? And those answers really is right in front of you if you just take the time to try to open your mind up and figure that out. And you know, I didn't even read the Bible a couple times. You know, I ain't gonna push the Bible on nobody, but if you really want to open your mind up, that's definitely something you need to read. Definitely something you need to read.
And I agree with that. Just to belabor that point for just a second, the Bible would teach you the right way for this world to run and operate. And what we're seeing in today's world, including religion, is totally different from what is being preached by the book, if they're going by the book. I agree with you there. Let's move it on. You were talking about how guys have tunnel vision on the females, and it sounds like relationships in your generation has changed quite a bit.
Oh yeah, it's way different. Like it's way different, man. To me, it's, and excuse my language, but it's about a nut and a buck. Dudes want the nut, females want the buck. I had a young lady tell me that I wasn't applying enough pressure. Now I'm thinking I'm coming at her wrong, right? So, but she tells me that, oh, my conversation costs. What? Really? And you find that with a lot of females. They'll post like, oh, well, you N-words ain't, you know what I'm saying? Y'all not it, so woo woo woo. Any of you N-words want to talk to me, y'all gotta pay me, blah blah blah. Instead of like actually trying to listen to, like, I'm a cool dude. I can create a great conversation, you know what I mean? So instead of trying to listen to that, they rather get right to the pockets. Now, I eat with the dudes, I ain't even gonna lie, myself included. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't try to go straight for what's in the pants. I ain't try to think about what's up here, what's in here, you know what I'm saying, what's in your head, your heart, you know what I'm saying. I ain't look at your eyes, I ain't look at nothing else. I just knew what I wanted, you know what I mean. And I figured that, like, with my girlfriend now, I figure, like, let me take a chance to get to know her, you know what I mean, and actually spend some time with her and do this kind of stuff and see where that kind of stuff go. And it turns out I actually do like her. Like, this is the first girlfriend I've had that I actually got to know, and I actually do like her. It's no problems, because I done sat down and took the time to get to know her. And it feel like in my generation, that's what people is missing out on the relationship side of stuff. It's like, bro, you got to know this person before you just want to get in their bed, want to wake up next to this person, want to go do special occasions with this person. If you got kids, you want this person gonna be around your kids. You know what I'm saying? Most people my age base everything off surface level attraction. So if you look like you got money, you walk like you got money, you looking good, that's what we going for. You know what I mean? And as a male, if you got, you know what I'm saying, nice body, cute face, that's what we going for. You know what I mean? And I like I said, I can't deny that I wasn't one of those guys. But as you grow, like grown as I've ever been right now. You know what I mean? Like, yes. Mentally, yes, and you know, age wise as well. But mentally though, like, I'm grown as I've ever been, Paul. Like, ever. And you know, maybe it took me to have my daughter. Whatever the case may be, whatever made me open up my mind and thinking different, I'm glad for it, you know what I mean? That's really, that's for real.
Well, go ahead, let's talk about your daughter, because one of the things you can definitely see when you and your daughter is together, that there is a very strong connection between the two of y'all.
Oh yeah, I love her to death. It hurt that I can't see her every day no more, because I moved back here. And you know, my baby mama, well, the mother of my child understands that. She understood that, you know, at the point in time that I was at, I needed some support from my family, and she know Kansas City is where my family was at. So she understood that, and I like, for the first couple months, me and her was butt heads all the time. But now it's cool. She says and does little stuff that I don't agree with, but I gotta remember that that's not my girlfriend no more. That's just the mother of my child. I mean, we had our thing and it didn't work out. So, you know, when she do that little stuff, I just let it roll off, you know what I mean? But as far as, you know, the relationship for us to be in the same room, even in the same house, you know, I done stayed the night at her house before and just kicked it with them just on hey, I want my daughter to be with me and you for a certain amount of time. She don't get that chance a lot, so I want to make that happen, you know what I mean? I want her to know that both even though we not together, both her parents still love her very much, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I you know, and it just like, it went from every day to like, I get her once a month for, you know, 2-3 weeks. And that's fine with me. I can accept the fact that my baby mama trusts me enough for me to bring her, you know, however many miles that is, all the way out here without her being here. Like, I respect that fact. And, you know, I can't do nothing but respect that, because like, without my daughter, a lot of maturing I did, I wouldn't have did it, you know, because I looked at her and I said, all right, this ain't just about you no more. You know what I mean? It's never gonna be just about you no more. It's always gonna be about you and somebody else. So you gotta remember that. And, you know, it took me a while to get the job stuff stable and everything, but now that I got that stuff stable and I can do for her, like, you know, we just went to Legoland the other day, and the other day after that we went to the pizza place. Like, I just want her to know that, you know what I'm saying? You know,
you're there. You love her.
Yeah, that's all it is, you know. And a lot of people don't got mom and dad. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people do not have that. And, you know, I was privileged enough to have my dad. My mom wasn't there for real, but I was privileged enough to have my dad. You know what I'm saying? And all my cousins and my uncles and great uncles and grandpa, everybody that had their dad in their life. Mm-hmm. So to me, that's what we supposed to do. That's a bloodline thing. That's what we're supposed to do. So,
yes, sir.
So why stop it here? You know what I mean? So,
and that's a good thing. And taking fatherhood, and it sounds like what you and your baby's mama had come to the conclusion is that it ain't about you and her no more. It's about the baby.
You know, and I like, she sat me down. You know what I mean? Like, mm-hmm. and she's so mature for her age. A little bit ghetto, you know what I'm saying? But I like it. But she's so mature for her age, because I did the little short time in jail or whatever. When I got out, she like, well, I told her I was going back to Kansas City. She was like, well, I need to talk to you. Okay, I'm like, all right, well, what's up? You know, sat me down. She was like, well, I got a boyfriend. Like, okay. You know, I automatically, I'm about to get defensive, you know, because that's just how I am. I'm like, okay, you know, thinking like, okay, what are you telling me that for? I don't care, blah, blah, blah. But she like, I'm not telling you that to make you mad, none of that stuff. I'm telling you that because I want you to know that your daughter is going to be around somebody else. Now, when your child's mother tell you that, you got two options. Mm-hmm. One, okay, my daughter knows who her daddy is. I ain't got no problem with that. Or two, flip the script and create a whole bunch of problems.
Right.
So, in my mind, I'm like, I ain't finna, you know, I don't care about who you in a relationship with. I just want to know that my daughter is safe around whoever you got her around. You know what I mean? So, I mean, she know who her dad is. You know, it took her a while to warm back up with me when I got done with that. You know, but that was she was pretty young, relatively young when you know what I'm saying, when that happened. So. Mm-hmm. It was to be expected, and you know, she told me, like, you know, whenever you get ready, it's not like I'm gonna keep your daughter from you. You can come get her whenever you want to. I don't care. Just make sure that you keep your word and stay in her life like you said you was. And you know, I respect that, and I've been doing it since then. When I don't got her, I call her every day. When she needs something, I'm sending it to her. So yeah, I'm just happy she allowed me to, you know, because it's a lot of mothers my age, oh man, just because the child's father don't want to be with them or something. Oh, you can't see your kids no more. You ain't never did nothing for your kids. Blah 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 blah. I'm just glad I didn't run into that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is a blessing. The other thing is that this little child has been a blessing not only to you, but it brought a mixed family together.
Oh man!
And when I say mixed, I don't mean two different races. Yeah. I just mean two different families that came together in marriage. So, and I remember the rough beginning behind all that and where it is today. and it seems like it was the timing of her delivery that things started to started to change a little bit. They saw, well, actually, your daughter's beautiful. I mean, and I say that every time I see you.
Thank you.
I mean, you can't help but look at her and then fall in love with her, knowing that that's your blood.
And she's goofy, man.
Yes. So I can see where the magic is, but it really has helped the whole situation. Why don't you just speak on that for a second?
Oh yeah. Like you said, before Pops got married, and we was just like when you talk about rough, it was rough, man, and it was points I was like, man, this ain't it. This ain't it, man. Mm-hmm. I can't do this, but you know, I want to say senior year, I never told nobody this. So this is the senior year. I had a report card that was terrible, like terrible. Like if I would have seen it, I'd have been in hot soup. Mm-hmm. So I come home. My report card is on my bed, but Dad's not there though. So it's writing on it. I'm not showing this to your dad, but you know if he would have seen this, he would have had a heart attack. Pointing out specific grades. You could do better in this. You could do better in this. You could do better in this. Good grades. She said something good about him. Ever since then, I ain't had nothing but respect for Michelle. And my next report card was incredible. I ain't had nothing but respect for Michelle since then. We moved up here. It just kept growing. Kept growing. I told my dad that I was having a baby. The next weekend they was up here. She met my baby mama.
Yeah. Oh man.
The next weekend they was up here. She met my baby mama. Mm-hmm. After that, we had the baby. Next weekend she was up here. She met the baby. Mm. Michelle tells me I'm going to get your daughter. She don't ask me. I'm going to get her. Okay, that's fine. I love it. My daughter can't get enough of her. Mm-hmm. You know, she's spoiler riding. I love it, man. And then not only her, you know, her daughters, they get along. She messed with her sons, her sisters. Like I love it, man. I love it, and I appreciate them for giving her that kind of love. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I you know, I love it. It's taking my little brothers a little longer to click with it, you know. But
they'll see it in time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They'll see it in time.
I know Easy's a little bitter right now, but we won't get into all that. Yeah. But we'll keep it pushing. Mm-hmm. Let's go on to the next thing, because in order for you to take care of that young lady, or that young lady being your daughter, let's get that clear, that you got to make some money. So how do you see your future?
Right now, you know, I've been working at a little call center. That's not the goal though, you know, but you know, it make decent money. Mm-hmm. And I've been doing this battle rap stuff for about a year. Tomorrow will actually be the year mark. I've been doing it.
Mm-hmm. Congratulations.
Appreciate you. One day I'm at one of the friends' house, you know, we having a few drinks. He's actually in Omaha. There's a battle rap league called the Unexpected Battle Rap League. Mm-hmm. He the owner of it. Me and this guy been friends for years, you know, and I didn't know nothing about it. You know, I watched battle rap, but I never got interested in doing it. Mm-hmm. So it was one day he like, man, bro, you want to see the last event that we just had? I said, what you talking about? He was like, man, I do the battle rap stuff, bro. I was like, man, I ain't even know that, bro. But yeah, so he showed me a couple guys, and I'm sitting there, you know, I like it. I look at him, I'm like, bro, I could do this, man. Like this is like, I could do this, man. So, you know, he put me up to the challenge. He bet me some money that, you know, I would, you know, so we bet. and I end up battling the next day, and I do really good, like really good. So I win the bet, and then I sit down, and he come over. He like, bro, so like, what's up? You gonna keep going, or I kind of pushing it off. I'm like, man, nah, I ain't got stage fright, but I don't like being in front of a whole lot of people, if that makes sense. Like, I get on stage if I need to be, but I don't like being in front of a whole lot of people. So I'm like, man, nah, man, you know what I'm saying? So then my child's mother, she sees it. She's like, oh, you really don't, like, why you gonna stop? I heard they make such and such and da-da-da. I start looking into it, and I'm like, well, she might be right about something. So, ever since then, the ball been rolling, and I'm like, man, it's really fun. Like, it's really fun. I'm really like to the point where I'm getting paid pretty good, but I ain't getting paid.
Bang.
Yeah. So
why don't you explain to them what the battle rap is? Because I guess the quickest example I can give them is the Wild and Out. That
okay.
Except it's a little different.
Okay, so basically, you got format, 5-6 battles, 3 3-minute rounds. It's not freestyle no more. That's one thing I usually have to explain to the older crowd when they want to come out and watch. It's not freestyle no more. It's written. You write. You got 2 months to write, rehearse, and have it down. It's 3 3-minute rounds. Sometimes you do 3:30. You know what I'm saying? If you do a 1-rounder, it's 5 minutes, 5 to 9 minutes. So it's it's a good and a bad side. To me, this is a good and a bad thing. There's no really win or loser. It's kind of like opinionated. But I would like to hear that I won from judges and stuff. But right. they usually leave it to like the you know what I'm saying. So it's basically just entertainment for real. But it's competitive entertainment, if that makes sense. So it's fun, man, and like being at an event and watching one on YouTube or whatever is 2 totally different things. Like, you never, like, I took my girlfriend to our last event. She watching on TV, and she, when I'm watching, she watches, she be in tune, but like when we was there though, it was totally different. Like, she cheering with us, yeah, it's totally different.
You can't help it. But get into it. I can see that.
Yeah.
But also the rules are a little stricter where there are certain things. I remember you said.
Oh
you
yeah,
can't do.
Yeah. Like, okay, so in your battle wise, you got a contract. Let them know you're gonna come. They tell you they're gonna pay you X, Y, Z, and then you got clause in there to where, like, hey, I don't want him to say this, and this. If he does, he doesn't get his back end, so he don't get the rest of his money. He violate contract. That's just to like you got kids. You don't want nobody say nothing about your kids. That's cool. Like, that's the only thing I have in my contract. Don't say nothing about my daughter. She can't defend herself. You know what I'm saying? But everything else is cool. Ain't nobody else worried about what you talking about. But just don't say anything about my daughter. That's the only thing I got. But people have like, don't touch me, or don't, it's a lot of stuff. You can put whatever you want to in there. You get up to 3 of them, because you can't just be like prima donna diva type dude.
Right.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? So I give you up to 3 of them, and if you get a little bit outrageous with what you want, they tend to knock your pay down. They be like, we can give you this, but we're gonna, you know what I'm saying, knock your pay down or whatever. So it usually pan out being fair.
Yeah. And for those in my generation, back in the day, we called it playing the dozen, but as y'all can hear today, that's evolved a little bit. And not only is it can be very funny and entertaining. Your dad live streamed an event for us, and your grandmother and I had a chance to see it. And I was totally amazed how good you were. And how smooth you were.
Yeah.
It was like, is this the same child? I know there's a talent and a desire in that area, but it's kind of one of the challenges I gave your other cousin when him and I sat down and did the same thing. Is that I hear I'm not understanding why your generation is not taking advantage of the tech companies as far as working for tech companies, being involved. And this doesn't have to mean that you have to write software.
Yeah.
You know, but since so much time is invested into tech companies, why aren't you guys gravitating toward that area as far as a career?
For me, I ain't gonna lie. When I was growing up, like as a kid, I did want to build robots and stuff like that. I ain't gonna say that I gave up on it. It's just like I really, at a point in time in high school, I really started liking music. And like rap music, you know, pop, you know, stuff like that. I really started liking music. I never really like thought I would be a rapper per se. You know, I'm really not looking to do that. The battle rap stuff right now, I'm doing this because I like it and I'm trying to see how far I can push it. But the main goal for me in like the entertainment music industry, for me, I want to be a producer, or I would like to be on the radio. That's like, those are the two things that I want to do. The tech stuff, I like, okay, so you got to go to school for it. And you know, I kind of like, while I was in school, I kind of like had my daughter, and then like I kind of, you know, just backtracked it a little bit, and you know, never really jumped back into school. Like, I don't understand. I've told people that like playing video games. Like my little brother, he loves playing video games. It's like, well, man, y'all spend all day on this game, and you know, y'all know everything about this game. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing to go. You know what I'm saying? You could go to the school I was going to for like maybe 2.5 years, get you a degree. You'll be designing video games, bro. Like I don't got nothing against it. It's just, you know, I had a couple like, you know, bumps and setbacks to where it was like I kind of need to do something else right quick, and then, you know, maybe I could come back to this. You know, it's a lot of stuff like that for me that I've been wanting to come back to. So the tech thing is definitely one of the things I want to come back to, because I've had crazy ideas. I think it'd be $1 million ideas, honestly.
Well, I really hope you guys do, but I'm also just talking about things in general. If you had a chance, Google's getting ready to open a data center up north.
Yeah. I've seen about that as well. Yeah, I definitely did.
But see, when you run in a data center, there's a lot of stuff you got to be involved in to be working in those data centers. So that takes some degrees to go get to, like, you can go in there and do that kind of work. And I'm not just talking about the maintenance. I mean, you got to, that information has got to be harvested in some way. So there's a lot involved that that can make great careers, is what I'm saying. But let me just move on to one last thing, and then we'll go ahead and cut this short. I noticed one thing between you and another thing between you and your cousin that y'all saying the same thing, is that today's generation is kind of out of control.
Oh man, it's ridiculous, Paul. Out of control ain't even the word for it no more. It's to the point to where, like, I'm sad to say I'm a part of this generation. I like honestly, I hate it. I wish I was with Dad in them generation. I don't like this at all. It's stupid.
I get where you're going.
Okay, so this is how it is. Follow. Nobody does nothing original no more. It's follow. And I'm so tired of it. I even caught myself talking like one of these dumb dudes the other day. You know what I mean? Just follow. It's just follow. I've been wearing Jordans. like since high school. I've been wearing Jordans. Everybody and their mama wearing Jordans. I've been wearing Vans since high school. I'm not saying people copying me. I'm just saying the trend is, this is a really trendy generation. And it's like, okay, it's good trend, it's bad trend. Y'all just with whatever. Like literally whatever. Okay, so for example, you heard of a website called OnlyFans? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you know what it is, right?
Yeah. Elijah broke it down. Go ahead.
Okay, so never heard of this website. This website been around for years though, Paul.
No stuff.
Never heard of it though. I don't know who made it popular again, but once I heard it one time, I never stopped hearing it. You know,
now everybody's going to it.
You know, and it's dudes like, okay, so basically you paying to see girls not dressed. So it's dudes on there that treat it like social media. So you subscribe to whoever you looking at, $70-$80, and then you can message them, whoopty woo woo woo.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You can message them, whoopty woo woo woo. These dudes talking about, oh, well, I can message her. I'm like, bro, she finna talk to you to get you to send her another $70-$80.
That's it.
So you can stay like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I say it. Nut in the butt. That's all it is about now. It's not about nothing else or turning up. You know what I'm saying? And, like, it's cool to have fun, but like, where y'all priorities at? I know girls my age with 3 kids. I follow them on Snapchat. I never see the kids, but they always drunk or high or out in somebody's passenger seat or something like that.
But where are the kids?
But where are the kids at though? Like, where are the kids? Like, where are the kids at? But you got more than me, you know what I'm saying? But where are the? I don't get it. Like I said, this when people come, when it all comes to an end, because believe it or not, everything is gonna come to an end. It's a lot of stuff that you can say you did. Don't nobody care that you was turning up every week when it's over with, bro. Like, nobody cares about that at all. Nobody cares about that. What you leave here? Okay, you got your kids. What you do? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's no legacy. What did you do? Now that's why I've been trying to push so hard in all my endeavors, cause like I ain't finna be a what did you do. It's finna be like, oh, he did this, and that's his daughter, and that's his this, and yeah, man, all that. That's all that is gonna come true for me. I'm done following these dudes. I'm done chasing these girls. I'm done with that. It's over with. It ain't no love in it. Ain't no love lost in it. These people don't care about what you got going on if it ain't benefiting them. And I had to find that out the hard way.
That's true. And it's sad because I recently posted on Facebook a short video where I apologized to the generation behind me because our generation didn't continue the work that the generation before us started. See, when it got to our generation, I tell people this story all the time. Through the late 60s and the 70s, brothers were wearing their afros, their dashiki, their African garb, going around talking about I'm black and I'm proud, you know, throwing the black power sign, doing some crazy dap. But as soon as the 80s rolled around, all of a sudden brothers was perming their hair, wearing jewelry curls. Niggas was going out, I mean, I hate to say it this way, but niggas was going out with rollers in the head. Yeah. I mean, all that black pride stuff then left, went out the door. We just stopped and flipped from wanting to be freedom fighters and revolutionaries to being
gangsters.
Pimps, dope dealers. Superfly was big. Goldie was big. All those were the biggest movies. What's the one that y'all generation even still love today? The one with Al Pacino in it.
Scarface.
Scarface. I mean, those were the biggest movies of the day with the brothers, you know?
Yeah.
If you ain't seen these movies, then you don't know what you're talking about.
Scarface, one of the biggest movies ever. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So, there's a lot of things that our generation missed, and you begin to see those things now. Now, here's the good thing about it. In your family, your dads and your uncles, they know better because they've been exposed.
Definitely.
Okay, so they know better.
Yeah.
All right. Now, your dad and your uncle should know that there's a time they need to reach out and touch you. They should know that.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Mm-hmm. And I know for a fact they have.
Well, yeah, they caught all of us at a great time.
Yeah. So that's what you need when you have, and what people don't understand is that I told your father and uncles years ago, as y'all was starting to be born, and it turned out that I had like 9 sons in a row.
Yeah.
You know, grandsons in a row.
Yeah.
And I said, wait a minute. If y'all giving me grandsons like that, then that means these boys are here to raise a nation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I kept telling your dads that over and over again, but thank God that I'm still here, and I want to continue to push that message because I really believe that was the fate of the seed that came from me.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I honestly, I can't even say like I don't agree with that because, first of all, as me being the oldest out of everybody, I'm finna get everybody back, like,
Tight.
yeah, because what's going on right now, I'm not for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not feeling it. I don't know what's everybody's problem. We gonna have to figure it out. I'm gonna get all of them and get my cousins together.
Right.
And I'm gonna fit because, you know, I don't know what dad and his cousins and they be having going on. You know what I'm saying? And they don't come together as much as they should. We not gonna be like that.
That's the whole thing. And this is the thing I've been trying to break because that's been a generational curse.
Mm-hmm.
My parents were having issues with their in-laws. Mm-hmm. So I got first cousins right here in Kansas City that we don't even know that well. You know, because of all the issues that were going on between my mom's generation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel where you're coming with that. And we tried to do some things to bring everybody together, and we were successful a few times.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, definitely. And that's what makes me wonder, like, we can do this and be very successful, have a great time. Mm-hmm. But why can't we do this more often?
See?
Like, why do my grandparents gotta call you and say, hey, da 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 da? Why can't I call you and be like, hey, da 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 da?
Yeah, take that lead, bro, because
and that's what Dad told me. He was like, if that's what you want, then well, yeah, I'm finna do it. You know?
Well, it's like you look at your big cousin Aaron.
Yeah.
Now Aaron was just like you. He was the first one born.
Yeah.
And Aaron feels that since he's the big cousin, that, you know, when he speak, everybody else should be listening. That's the way Aaron feels, and I understand where that's coming from.
Yeah.
Especially when you're the oldest.
Yeah.
Okay, and just like, hey y'all, where we going ain't right.
Yeah.
We need to pull this thing together. If nothing else, we can come together and be family. We ain't got to be boys. You ain't got to kick it every Saturday, but we can be family.
Yeah.
You see? And that's the most important thing. And like I said, they have to also see that when you have the kind of blessing that you have with your cousins and as many as y'all are, you know, there's a bunch of y'all. Yeah. And mostly men. I mean, only one girl.
2 of them.
2 girls. Well, yeah. Only 2 girls now, but everybody else is boys.
They ain't got nothing to worry about when they get older.
and you know it. And I think that's one of the things that
yeah, when it make it a little make it a little interesting when it's mostly men, because you know everybody want to be an alpha at some point in time,
right?
And then it's just some people that's just not, you know, that just ain't, you know what I mean, and,
right?
And you know you can't, like you said, we all men. It's certain way, it's certain stuff you know what to say that's going, you know what I mean,
right?
And like it's like, man, don't be mad about that, man. You know,
if you're telling the truth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't be just, you know, don't be just coming to, you know what I'm saying, start no mess. You know what I'm saying. If you keeping it 100, then all right, then you know what I'm saying. Don't be mad about that.
Just make sure it's the real deal.
Yeah.
Don't come in here with no BS.
Yeah.
That's where everything get all twisted and screwed and all that, and you go in the whole direction. Here's another thing. When you're dealing with family, you show a little bit more patience.
Way more. You got to. And see, that's with my family. The mix with the mixture. That's what I had to learn. At the time, I didn't get along with my stepmom. But when I gave her when I got the patience to actually, you know what I'm saying? Like I actually said, before I turned 19, I had very seldom conversations with my stepmom. It was just asking her for stuff. But I turned 19, 20, 21. My stepmom actually gave me a lot of knowledge that I need to, you know what I'm saying? Right. And you know, like, I never really knew how to jump off the porch and talk to no girl because my mom wasn't around. You know what I mean? Grandma did her best to tell me, but y'all know, y'all a little bit older. You know what I mean? So and you know, my stepmom has daughters, so you know she you know what I'm saying, she gave me a lot of keys and confidence to be able to go talk to a female. You know, it's just stuff like that. And yeah, I really feel like you gotta have patience with it. Like, I got a little cousin right now that, you know, I hate to say it, but I want to put my hands on him. But I'm going to be patient with it. I'm going to just talk to him and see what's up with him.
Hey, that's what you got to do. Be patient with him, find out what's up. And I think I know which direction you're going with, and it might be two. But, yeah, I get where you're going. So I do appreciate that, because it looks like Queenie is now wanting to get out. And I got to let her out of this cage before she just really ruined this interview with her barking. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. If there's any information that you want people to know, especially when it comes to the battle rap, why don't you share that information real quick, and we'll go ahead and wrap it up.
Go ahead and follow the Unexpected Rap Battle page on Facebook and YouTube. Also, Throne Room Rap Battle League on Facebook and YouTube. Look up KD Versus, and they should pop up. Everything I done did in the past year. I got a 2-on-2 that just dropped. A whole lot of shots versus squad. Yeah, just go ahead and check all that out, and I appreciate the views.
All right, everyone. Thank you very much for chiming in and listening to this. And after this thing airs, we're going to set up and compare the two interviews, and then we're going to build on this, because the main reason we're trying to do this is to learn how to communicate with our kids and our grandchildren on very serious topics. But the first thing you got to do is get to know them. Get to know your grandchildren first, so you know where they at and how they feel and the direction they're going in, before you just jump in and start saying this, that, or the other. And the other thing you got to do, as my grandson here and the other grandson that I interviewed, they're men now.
Yeah.
They're over 21.
Yeah.
So you got to respect their manhood as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've always appreciated that you did for us. As we got older, you always showed us that respect, and that's what made me respect myself. Because if I can get that respect from you and pops and like, they all give me that respect now. Like, dude, you grown as hell. You know what I mean? So we gonna respect you like that. I love that.
You got to do your own thing. And with that, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. And again, y'all, thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your night.